Hello.
So we're chilling outside.
Still.
The last three videos, we batch our videos. So, anyways, if you notice, we're just talking because it's nice outside.
Yeah. And we wanted to do another one to talk about post-secondary education options. We are not post-secondary experts.
No,
but we can offer some advice.
Yeah, because we see
student loans all the time.
And we talk to people like after the fact. So they made their decisions when they were younger. And then sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I know, like I got that student loan and I didn't really realize like how much it would impact my life after I'm done. And
my sister is a prime example of that. She has like a $60,000 student loan from getting her bachelor's degree in fine arts. And I mean, like, yeah, she's super happy she got her degree, but she didn't realize when she was getting the loan at the time how much she was, you know, borrowing and how much she was going to have to pay back and what the repayment options were going to be like. So
it's mostly like, so whatever you decide to go, like where you're going, what you're getting for a degree or whatever, what education you're getting, is the student loan worth like getting
are you going to pay more for your education?
Like how much are you going to get? How much are you going to make with that bachelor's degree, or like what kind of job are you going to get after? Like what's the income per year versus how much it's going to cost you to get that?
And also, are there jobs in that industry that are available? You know what I mean? Like if you're just going to university and getting a bachelor's in English,
and like, do you need it?
What are you going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just find, so I did a video for students because the district asked like for like a career day.
Oh, that's nice.
So so I made a video in French and I gave him some tips. I really enjoyed it actually. So I talked a little bit about my job, but then I really went into the stuff that I'm like passionate about talking, like so that they know, right?
Yeah.
Now's the time to tell them.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, sometimes you don't need a bachelor's degree for certain types of jobs. So let's say you can get a bachelor's degree, but you can also get like the same type of education at college.
Yeah, for 1 year or 2 years.
1 or 2 years. And like a quarter of the price. So that's a prime example. So I went to college and I loved it. Patrick went, that's where we met. Patrick went to college. So, and we both do jobs that we could have also went to university and gotten a degree and do this job. Yeah. Because we don't need a degree for our job.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
just need to do the course. So it's just like, you really need to think about like, do I want to go, do I need to get secondary education for what I want to do? So like if you want to be a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, like nurse,
you need to go to university for that.
You need it, so then it's a no-brainer. If that's what you want to do, go.
If you want to go be a car salesman, do you need to go get a business degree? Probably not.
I mean, like, do you want that debt? Like, is it going to be worth it? So it's just
it might help you get your foot in the door.
So I don't feel like it helps anymore. It's not the same. We're not in the same, like...
Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't go to college or university, so I have a little bit kind of more personal experience with that. I think having a degree, it does help you get the interview, but it's not going to be what gets you the job.
Right. And the thing is, I think people are starting to switch. So it's not as important. I think people are starting to realize that they should hire for the soul and train for the role.
Exactly. Yes.
Said that once. I don't remember who said that, and I loved it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. Because like you can't train someone. They can have whatever's on their resume, but if they don't have the personality
for the job, that it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. It's not going to. So you actually want to hire for like I that's how I feel. Like you want to be able to vibe with the person.
Yeah, look at their experience, you know what I mean? Meet them. Are they the type of person you're going to want to work with every day?
Are they problem solvers? Are they doers? Like some people just kind of like it doesn't matter what your education is. It's like how do you work? Like what your personality is. That's something you can't teach or like train someone, right? So it's just like I feel like there's a big switch there, where there still is like
there's still some barriers to it.
But I feel like it's really opening up. People are like
definitely. I worked out of college and I didn't go to college.
That's true. That's funny. So that's awesome. So I feel like it was time. Like it's not like the go to university or get a good job.
It's not the end all be all. You don't need that to get a good job. You know what I mean?
It used to be like have good grades, go to university or post-secondary education, get a good job, have a good pension. Oh my gosh,
yeah, it's going to be beautiful.
They started over there. Oh, our flowers. She said our flowers were gonna be nice.
Yeah, we got some lilies growing, I think. Is that tulips? I don't know what they are.
I don't know. We'll see.
See them every year, but I forget.
I know. It gives us color outside when we go outside. We don't see them often because we're always inside.
Yeah.
So
except for right now.
Which is why we came outside to do this video. So I get super passionate when I talk about like where to go, how to make your decisions for your post-secondary stuff. I feel like now we're in a different like era, or I don't know what you want to call it. And so people create their jobs now. They don't even really need to have any have good grades or go to anywhere. Like you can create your job. Like you can. You don't it's just like people do stuff online now. You can,
people do tons of different things. I mean, we could list them, but the list is endless.
Like,
you know what I mean?
There's stuff that
we're not even going to be able to think about.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't even exist yet.
Yeah. So, you can do export, import. You don't need to go to college or university for that. You know what I mean? I know tons of people that have immigrated here from other countries. They export vehicles from Canada to their home country and they make money on it. They make tons of money on it.
Oh my gosh. No, there's so many things now, like online or like, well, just like even like virtual assistants. Or, like, you can sell anything like your services. You can say like, oh, I'm good at this. Most people now, they'll find something they're interested or really good at, and they'll like double down on that.
They'll hone in on that.
So people are starting to like realize it's just,
and the economy is going
much.
Towards more of like a gig economy. Like previously, if you look at maybe like earlier in the 2000s, the average like 10-year employment was like 7 years. People would stay at their job. Now it's much shorter than that. Most people have work that is not considered to be sustainable because it's contracted, seasonal, it's casual, it's gig work.
And also one thing I feel like I felt a lot of pressure to decide what I wanted to do.
I felt so much pressure to decide if I was, what I was going to take in school and when I was going to go to school, that I just didn't end up doing anything.
Yeah, you were like, oh, I'll wait and see.
I was like, I guess I'll find out. Like,
And
honestly, I probably would have taken an admin course and I didn't. I look what I'm doing now. Did I need to take that admin course? No.
Was it really going to help you? Like what you learn, sometimes it's like, okay, is it actually gonna help me in life? I really enjoyed college. I'm gonna wait. The muffler was loud.
It's definitely a good experience and it teaches you a lot of things that you wouldn't have learned otherwise.
Right, it's more of a life like experience. So I mean, and like if you want to go to college or to university and like pay for it and it doesn't matter, your parents are paying for it. So it's like, okay, cool, go for it if you whatever.
But if you're gonna be saddled with $100,000 in debt because you decided to take a 4-year program or 5-year program,
and then you didn't want to do that, so you did another one. Sometimes it's just like
sometimes that's what happens too. Like people go to college or university, they take whatever program they think is going to get them a good job because that's what mom and dad wanted them to do, or that's because what they thought was a good idea to do, and then they graduate and they realize they hate that job. They don't want to work there for the rest of their lives.
I said that in my video. I was like, really listen to like
what you want.
You feel, what you want. Usually if you think about two things, so you think about, oh, maybe I'll do this or maybe I'll do that. Think about how that makes you feel when you picture
doing that every day.
Usually you'll have one that's like warm or like more like oh, and like sometimes it's like, oh, you kind of dread it, you're not. Usually you can feel like you just really need to pay
probably
attention.
The one that you're dreading is probably the one that you think society wants you to do,
or your parents or whatever, whoever.
Society,
so that's one of the big things. Like, just really, do you actually want to do something? Like, what, like, does it interest you? Do you, like, so that's one thing I feel like.
Is it a worthwhile
Turn
investment?
down the noise.
Because
it's just like, don't listen to everyone else. Like, it doesn't matter. You can like get information, but sometimes we get too much into getting information or Googling everything or trying to find the right answer.
Then you're overloaded with information and now it's even harder to make a decision because now you're like, well, what about this? What about that? And it's never ending. There's so many variables.
But when you shut off the noise and just like chill and like stop thinking about it, usually like it just comes to you, or you're like, oh, like you kind of go into the like dream zone. And usually it's there.
Exactly.
Like that's how like when I do like social media like videos or social media stuff or post things, it's when I'm not actually trying to create something or think about like usually when I'm not trying to find an idea or whatever, that's when it comes.
That's when we get the ideas, or like if you've got a tough, when we're working on a tough file and you're trying to think like, how can I make this work? When I stop thinking about how I can make it work and how I like stop stressing about it, and I go home, guess what? An hour later, I probably thought about how I can fix it.
I know. It just comes automatically when you're like not.
When you're not stressing.
That's true. When you're not trying to solve it like right too close to it. That's so true. What else did I want to say about that? I feel like there was something else. So I said,
I think like a really big thing is like career opportunities too.
I know what I wanted to say. Okay, so basically it's like you don't need to decide your whole life right now. So someone that's trying to decide what they want to do, you don't need to know all the answers or like decide or know even where it's going to bring you. It's just like make a decision right now that feels good to you. The first step, something you're interested in or whatever, don't feel the pressure to like, it's like my forever thing. It's like, it's just the first step, and then it's going to bring you to somewhere else and somewhere else. And like people, like you said,
and you don't know where it's going to take you in life, you know what I mean?
Now we don't like do it forever. Like usually there's like a lot of different chapters and stuff in your life. So it's just like, just make that like first step that feels right to you. Not to what everyone else thinks or you think that everyone else wants you to do. Something I wanted to bring up about how it feels right to you too is because like a lot of people will bring up the point that like it's easier to go to school when you're young than when you're